Before we can work with Azure, you'll need two things if you want to follow along with the course. The prerequisites. The first one is an Azure subscription, which you can get by signing up at azure.com. And second is a client machine running PowerShell. If you're using Azure for the first time, you'll be getting $200 worth free trial subscription to start off, which you can utilize for learning. The Azure subscription is basically the overall container for all your Azure components. Also, the billing happens at the subscription level. In large organizations, there are multiple subscriptions. It can be splitted based on the product or environment. For example, you may have subscription for your front-end website and another for the back-end website. Each of them might be having different subscriptions for testing and production environment. It completely depends on the logic the organization have distributed the components of a subscription. Now the client machine, which has PowerShell running, will connect to the Azure and manage components in the subscription. Windows 10 comes with the PowerShell pre-installed along with a tool called PowerShell Set, which lets you install new modules from a public repository. If you're not running Windows 10, you can download and install PowerShell from Microsoft page. Once you have PowerShell installed, we can install PowerShell module for Azure from the public gallery. In my local machine here, I'm using Windows 10. So now let's open PowerShell IAC. So you need to click on Start, type PowerShell. You can see the IAC written over here. You can click on it. As an admin, you need to open it. The reason being, I'll let you know in a minute. You need to right click and click on Run as Administrator. Now, why you have to run it as an administrator? So that you can install new modules. So IAC is basically a scripting platform where you can write the script. As you can see on the right hand side, you can write the script, or even you can go ahead and directly write the commands here in the left hand side in the blue screen. So if you have a new PowerShell setup installed or a new Windows 10 machine, you will then need to perform a script, basically a command, where you will inform PowerShell that it's absolutely okay to run the scripts using this command, and that is the command set. So why one important feature that you have to know about PowerShell is that you can just write few characters and then press on tab, so it will get completed. And this is important because the scripts are logged by default and you have to explicitly allow them with this command. So it's set execution policy, and then you have to make the execution policy unrestricted. So you need to click on yes to all after you enter this command. Okay, now let's see another command. I assume that many of you would not be having the Azure module installed by default, so you have to follow these steps. Now I already have it installed on my computer, but I'll just show you how you need to install. You just need to write this command. So if it is installed, nothing will happen. If it is not installed on your computer, you can see the installation process, download and then the installation, and you will get few pop-ups as well where you need to click on yes for the installation to complete. Now, one thing important to know here, why I have typed install module Azure RM. Now, Azure RM module is basically, it's actually a container, and to get all the modules where the commands live, we have to run this command, and this installs a lots of modules. So it will take some time. Now, I already had it installed, so it completed in few seconds. So now after this is done, you have to import the module. So using this command to load all the modules. You're doing this in order to load all the modules. It will take few seconds to complete. Meanwhile, one thing which is important for you to understand, what is this Azure RM? Now for that, you have to understand uh, the meaning behind it, the logic behind it. So Azure RM stands for Azure Resource Manager, and this is a model which have replaced the earlier model, which is now known as Service Management, the classic module in Azure for the deployment. So in this course, we will focus on Azure Resource Manager model, and the key concept is that in the Resource Manager model, there is a concept of resource group, which is a generic container where you can use all the different resources that forms a logical unit and manage them very easily. So as you can see now, import module Azure RM, I have not returned anything because I have already installed Azure RM, as well as it's already imported into my system. So what next? Next we can go ahead and log into Azure. So let me log in now. For that you have to type login Azure RM account. Once you press enter, this will bring up a pop-up window to log in, where you need to write your ID and then your password. So here you can see it will show the account, subscription name, and the tenant ID. So that's all for now. And in the next lecture, we will see how to create a VM and associated resources through PowerShell in the account. Thank you.